Well, I'm Rachel.
Charlie.
Steve.
We're from Arcadia, Missouri.
So we have 5 other kids before Charlie, so life was busy before we had Charlie. It just became much busier after we had Charlie.
So he was born 6 weeks early. When he came out, it was kind of a blessing. He popped a hole in his lung on the way out. But if he hadn't done that, we would have gone home.
And we'd have never known.
We would have never known he was in kidney failure. We got to Cardinal Glennon, and it was totally different, and it was really unique because it was neat to think that they were all specialized in kids. I'd never been in that atmosphere before. Dr. Belsha, poor Dr. Belsha, was the one that had to tell us the bad news, that Charlie was in stage 5 kidney failure, and they said, you'll be here at least 6 months.
You know, we wanted to hold off as long as we could, because when he got the transplant, we didn't want it to have to be connected to his aorta, because that brings out a whole other set of things. But you have to have the right weight. You know, for us, life at home became a routine.
Right.
I mean, when somebody asks you something about your son, you know, everybody's polite and they always ask. You know, once in a while, when you want to get a little off your chest, you tell them about how we're still connected to a machine by a tube for 12 hours a day, and you know, all of these other things, and they're like, how do you even do that? And it's like, well,
Yeah.
Once you've been doing it for a year, and then 2 years, and then 3 years, it becomes a routine.
My son had a friend named Gabby, and she said to me one day, I have 2 kidneys and I don't need both of them, so I want to give one to Charlie. And she was actually a better match than a sibling. So she said, well, this is what I'm supposed to do. God wants me to do this, otherwise I wouldn't be a match.
So the day I got my transplant, I was wearing a tuxedo, and it was tomorrow. And then we just went. Like, my mom just waked me up at the middle of the night, and then we just went.
Yeah.
And when we always go to the hospital, we're always the last ones to leave.
First one's there and last one's to leave. So child life became a huge part of our lives as Charlie got a little bit older. And Thor couldn't come in his room because he'd had a transplant, so it was to keep him safe. So they would have Thor sit outside the room and do tricks. Another thing that became really important for Charlie is the playrooms.
So they would go and they would clean the whole room, you know, and then bring Charlie in there for some alone time, so we didn't have to worry about him getting sick. And it's just a relief to know that it's never fun for a parent to be in the hospital, but there are breaks in the day where for your child it can be okay. At his age, he's probably, through experiences like this that we're very grateful to be a part of, he's probably touched more people in his life already than I ever will in mine. And that's a pretty amazing thing.